So we have finally made it to day 5 of the first week of our unit, which is a very exciting thing. You will see again a packet on your teacher's Blackboard site, and it is labeled Lesson 5. Now when I'm holding this up, you're probably noticing that the overview looks quite a bit different. So today we're going to go ahead and, just like we did on Monday, we're going to go step by step through every page of the document just to make sure you know what you are doing, because today is going to look very different than the first 4 days prior this week that you've worked on.
Now we're going to go ahead and look at the overview. It states you're going to hear the stories from the Holocaust survivors today. It's important to remember that many of these survivor stories can be very dark. As you watch and listen to these stories, I want you to think about the meaning of the word persecution. What does it mean to you? And what have these people endured? This is important because today you're going to complete a discussion post on Blackboard that focuses in on this word and the survivor stories. Also, you'll be given one more research task that you will complete throughout the duration of the unit. In addition, you will have some pre-reading activities at the couple of last pages of this document, because you're going to start reading the play next week. So step 1, again, first reminds you of how to enroll into Blackboard. Use the steps like we talked about all week long. Then you're going to see down here, this is where really your lesson is going to begin today. You're going to see step 2 has you define persecution just on a piece of paper before you start watching any video. And that's kind of important. We just want to see what your idea of persecution is before you start. Then you're going to listen to or watch each of these stories that are shared by survivors. Some of them are interviews and it's just only an audio file, whereas some of them actually will show you a video. Again, some of the stories can be a little graphic, a little dark, so just be mature about it. You will see down here there are other interviews that are located on the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum's website. You can watch tons, like hundreds of thousands of interviews. If you go to YouTube too, you will also find some videos there as well. So you can watch more videos in this if you would like to. You're more than welcome to. I think it would be really something really good for you to do today, because I think it's something that's so important to really understand what went on in this time period and what was so terribly wrong about it. All right, page 2 of the document is going to focus in on the discussion post. Step 3 tells you that you will need to complete the discussion board question on the Blackboard site. Again, you have to be enrolled into Blackboard to do this. So I'm going to give you a couple moments to read the discussion post. So you're going to see that there are several questions that are asked there. The main question is asking you to define persecution and then to show evidence of how these people were persecuted during this time period. You also have some opinion questions to answer that really kind of speak to your emotions and your thoughts about the things that you've watched and heard. To access the discussion post, you're going to see right here there are 5 steps. Just make sure you follow each of them. If this does not get you there, immediately email your teacher. It may be something that we can walk you through next week. On Friday, I apologize. All right. And then we're going to look at step 4, which is the Holocaust Research Project. It tells you on the next page of this document there are images of people who were sent to concentration camps. Each student is to select one person, and it's okay if more than one person selects the same person. However, you want to try to pick someone different if you notice on Flipgrid that someone's already picked that person. Throughout the remainder of this unit, you may research that person you've selected, so you can go anywhere to try to find out any information about them. And at the end of the unit, your ELA teacher is going to send you a file that will tell you about the fate of that person. Did they survive the Holocaust or did they not? What was like after liberation, or many other different things. So you'll click on this link for the Flipgrid. This is a different link than the one sent out on lesson 1. So it's important that you click this one, and this is where you will tell us who you have selected and why. Okay? activity for today to complete is your pre-reading anticipation guide activity. You will see there are 2 pages. This is the first page, and you're just going to simply look at the questions and you're going to answer them. The first page, all of these questions are pretty much based off of things that you would have studied throughout the week as you completed your research. So if you didn't do your research, this might be a little bit of a struggle, but if you didn't do it, it's okay. You can go back to each of the lesson folders and pull up the research documents that we gave you, and you can probably read through them or skim them and find the answer. Page 2 of the pre-reading anticipation guide looks like this, and you're going to see there's a word bank at the top, and then you have all these sentences that you're going to fill in. I don't have an answer key for this, but I can definitely work on one throughout the week, and I can post it up for y'all, so that way by the time y'all get to this on Friday, y'all can actually see or check your work and see, did you do a good job with this? Are you right on track? This I would definitely recommend doing before you start reading next Monday, because I think it will help to kind of have this all kind of figured out in your brain before you get there, just to help with the understanding and the comprehension of the text as a whole. So that way when you dig deeper with Miss Lovell and Miss Cook, those harder or upper level questions won't be as difficult.
Well, that is all that I have for you this week. I hope that you have enjoyed learning about this time period. I think it's a really important time period to really have a full understanding and grasp of, because it's one of those things you just definitely don't want to ever occur again. But I really do hope next week, as you start your lessons with Miss Cook and then you end the week with Miss Lovell, that you really do enjoy the text. And that if you have any questions or anything, specifically if you're in my class, make sure that you email me, because I will be more than happy to work with you and help you throughout the text. It's a really good play. I think that you'll really enjoy it. There's some audio that goes with it. We also have the text for y'all, so you don't have to worry about buying the text or anything like that. So I hope y'all have had a fun week. I miss y'all.